Hello, thanks for being in a new video. This time we have unboxing of the TECNO POVA 6. Let's start. Pay close attention because in this case we are talking about the edition for Latin America. Possibly in other regions it may change in some aspects, so let's get to know it. To begin with, I will tell you that in Mexico it has had a launch price of 3,999 pesos. The truth is a device that for its specifications and price may sound ultra attractive. It's available in Mercado Libre and Coppel, so let's take it out of the box to get to know it. We are going to notice that from the box we are anticipating some specifications of audio, storage, RAM, battery, charging, practically tell us everything. And in this packaging they tell us even more features like its processor and its type of screen. And I think you realize that it is a remarkably attractive device because of those specifications, and in fact I think it is also a very attractive device because of those specifications. It has an attractive design, particularly for the gamer public. It comes with several lines, some depth effects and other things. I'll tell you more details in a moment, but let's see what else comes over here in the box. Before we go any further, we find documentation of a lifetime. These plain little pieces of paper. It comes with warranty information, and we're going to find a case that's completely transparent, completely flexible, and in this case I think since the device also has this kind of factory reflections, I wouldn't mind using the device with the case, but let me know in the comments what your choice would be. Let's see what else comes included over here in the box, because as you can see we're still going to notice that the charger comes. It's a 70% watt charger that comes with USB-A on the connector, and obviously it's going to come with the cable that brings this necessary caliber. That's why it also brings an orange color on the inside so you can easily distinguish it. You need to use the original cable to take advantage of all the charging power. In the video review we will specifically analyze how long it takes to charge, and also over here comes the tool to remove the SIM card tray. That's basically all the contents of the box, so what do you say we put all this away so we can focus exclusively on the cell phone? I already have this device in my hand, so join me to know all its specifications. Its thickness is 788 millimeters and weighs 195 grams. Considering the battery capacity, it is important to note that it is a relatively light and thin device. The screen is 678 inches in its diagonal. It has full HD resolution. Its technology is a mold, so it has intense, vibrant colors, high contrast, and also 120 Hz in the refresh rate. That is to say that it has a screen of, I think it is a much higher level than the price at which it is distributed, at least in the case of Mexico. In fact, we will also find stereo sound, a speaker at the bottom, another speaker at the top with an output on the frame, an output on the headset for calls, so it meets perfectly well in the sound section. In fact, it also has headphone jack. The front camera is 32 megapixels with f2.2 aperture, but there is something you would not expect. Just as you see it, it has dual flash. At the top, just where the frame is. The front flash is something that very few devices incorporate, but here it is present, and as you realize, although before taking the picture looks an image still overexposed or burned, after taking the picture it improves quite a lot and has a remarkable quality. I think for the price range the selfies will be very good. I love the level of detail. And on the back we find 108 megapixel main camera with f aperture, 1.75, and the second we could practically say that it is for decoration, perhaps to detect depth in portraits. In addition to the LED flash, let's take a look at the results of this camera, because they seem to have a good image quality, good detail, even good color. For the price range is quite good, and notes that offers us 3 times zoom with optical quality. Applying a crop, the battery has a sensor, and if it delivers, the image quality is impressive. For the zoom level in this price, range 3x looks great, and the maximum zoom is 10x, and again takes good advantage of the sensor. Obviously it is not a super detailed image, but it will surely be the best zoom in the price range. I'm really liking this device a lot for this price. Let's see how it is in the video. Note it already has stabilization, and in this case it lets us record up to 4K, something that also... This is positive because you have more detail. In fact, the front camera also lets you record in 4K. I have not been able to find any fault with this device yet. In fact, I forgot to tell you that it also has infrared to make it a universal remote control. The battery has a capacity of 6000 mAh. This in theory, hopefully in the test we do really translate that capacity. For now, in terms of figure, it impresses, especially because the device is relatively thin, also supports 70 watts load that comes included in the box. We will also do the load test to see how long it takes when we publish the full review. And by the way, it has fingerprint reader inside the screen. Again, in this price range it surprises a lot. It comes with iOS based on Android 14. We will also find 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage. The truth is that I'm about to give up because I can't find any weak point in this device. Possibly for the video review we will find some other detail, but I'm anticipating that it is one of the most attractive proposals for the price level in which it competes. Finally, the processor is the Helio G99% Ultimate. Here you have a reference of how powerful this processor can be. In single core it scored 735 points and in multi-core 2022, I think for the price range as I say. It competes quite well, and in Antutu it scored 4,37,622 points. It's obviously not an ultra-powerful processor, but in the price range it could be one of the most powerful you'll find, because generally here you're going to find much simpler MediaTek processors or even Unisoc. For the moment we have reached the end of this video, I hope you liked it. We'll have the full review available soon and we'll see you next time.